You can.
You want me to introduce myself? Hello, my name is Juan Alcarra. I am originally from Spain, although I have been living here in the United States for 20 years and a half, I believe it is. I came to Milledgeville, specifically in 1998, and for a couple of semesters I've been living in here.
Okay, so like, what was your day-to-day life in Spain?
Actually, I came to the United States almost after graduating. So my day-to-day in Spain was basically the life of a student, a university student. I have to say that after finishing university, I went and lived in Italy and worked in Italy for 2 years before coming in here. So my day-to-day in Spain was basically the life of a student. Right after I graduated, I never worked in Spain. My first job was in Italy, and then from Italy I came to the United States.
And then what made you want to go from Spain to Italy to the US?
Well, initially, my studies had to do with translation and language and linguistics. So those were the two languages that I had studied at the university. I had studied Italian and I had studied English with Spanish. And basically, when I finished university, I had an opportunity to go and teach in a high school in Italy for 2 years, which it was a dream come true to me. So I did go, and after staying there for 2 years and having a wonderful experience, I thought that probably it was time then to go ahead and go to an English-speaking country. That is why I pursued finding internship job in an English-speaking country. And when I am saying English-speaking country, I had in my head was basically England, which is closer to Spain, and I had been already studying abroad for a semester. So that was, what I had in mind. Then when I approached my university for opportunities, they told me that there were a few opportunities, but they were not in Britain, they were in the United States.
And then what were your expectations of America before you came here, and like where did they come from? Like TV, movies?
Yeah. Usually it was the stereotypes that you see in movies. I also had studied American culture, British culture in my studies of English studies at the university. So I knew a little bit about the history, literature, cities, geography. So basically I did have let's say, a good idea, a better idea of the normal immigrant coming to a country which is completely foreign to them. I already knew a little bit what I was, the place where I was coming, and it was basically because of my studies plus the movies and all the information that we do get in Europe through news. And if you are a person interested in languages, you have to watch news channels from the United States and Britain. So basically from there.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, like how did you adjust to life in America, like when you first got here as a student, you said?
That is interesting because as I was saying, when I came here to America, I was not coming in the mindset of an immigrant, a person that was going to stay here for a number of years, or at least for the 20 years that I am in here. I initially came with a program. It was a 2-year program, and I thought that that was going to be it. I thought that it was pretty similar to what I had just done in Italy, and I thought that that it was going to be studying, taking these courses, meeting people, traveling, enriching my experience, and getting to know the language better, and then most surely going back to Spain and probably trying to look for the first serious job after having gotten ready for it. But so that all that to say that I did not come with the mindset of an immigrant. I was coming more for an adventure, like an enriching experience, making friends, seeing new places.
Okay, and then like what prompted you to stay here for as long as you did?
Yes, I mean after I completed my program, it was a graduate program. I had made so many friends. I had so many good experiences that I said, well, if I am to go back to Spain and look for a job in there, I didn't have anything lined up yet for me. Or I can do the same in here, where I have more contacts after the 2 years that I had spent here. I had more contacts, more friends that were doing what I was doing and that were able to give me a hand and give me advice. So I decided that because the program was offering me a 1 year and a half visa to do an internship, I thought that I was going to jump into it and have experience before going back.
And then, do you feel like your time in America has changed you?
Oh, definitely. There is no doubt about it. It is, I mean, being here, it has exposed me to so many people and to so many environments I would not have encountered being in Spain. Or actually, I mean, I do talk regularly when I go back to Spain. I still meet friends I did university. I mean, I went to university with, and I see what their lives have been in the last 20 years, and I realize that I've been blessed, I mean, with a number of activities and things, and number of places that I've been able to visit, people I've worked with, and people I've learned from, that some of my friends back in Spain didn't have the chance.
Do you think you've been like Americanized in a way when you go back to Spain? And like you talk to everybody, do they like see you as like the American, or?
That happens, and that happens because usually when I go back to Spain now, I do not go to the big city where I went to university. It is Valencia. It is a big a city of over 1 million people where everyone is more used to finding people who are from abroad or who have gone abroad. I usually go back to my parents' town. My parents' town, it is close to 10,000 people, where almost everybody knows everybody. So when I go there, people see me, people know that I am away, and there is probably another 3-4 people from the town who are living permanently in the United States. A few more in Europe, but I mean, basically they know the American or the one who is living in America. When I go back, I see my friends from high school, from elementary school, so they all know that I am in the United States, and they ask me, I mean, how is my life, how is it living in the United States.
And then do you have any like negative things about being in America? Or?
Absolutely not. I think that it has been a very enriching experience. I see things that I like, things that I like better, things I like less, things that comparing to the way the day-to-day life works in Spain, I think that could be improved, or they are absolutely there. But I'm very critical about both, but I respect both. Yeah. I think that I did adjust to it, and I adjust because I just said, well, this is the way it is in here, so I better just embrace it rather than trying to change it.
And then where do you feel home is for you? Do you think it's like Spain, or maybe even Italy, or America?
Well, definitely, I mean, it has to be between America and United States, America and Spain, because they are the places where I've spent most of the time. Actually, last summer, it marked the year in which I had spent as much time in the United States as I had spent in Spain, right? So, to tell the truth, I mean, way before last summer, I felt that, I mean, home was both, right? When I am in here, I always say I need to go home. I mean, that home means Spain because my family is still living in there, so I go there. After 2 weeks, I've been there doing everything that I have in the list, things that I have to do. I mean, in my next visit, I said, well, I think I already accomplished everything I needed to do. I think I need to go home. And this means then I need to go back to the United States to my routine, right? So I mean, actually, it is both. It is home in different ways, but yeah, I honestly feel that both are home to me. Twice, 3 times a year. Usually in the summer, I used to take students with a study abroad program at Georgia College. Nowadays, I usually go for Christmas, basically, and then for the summer is when I spend more time there. I usually spend 2 months over the summer. Sometimes I combine it with the study abroad program in Italy, and I spend 1 month in Spain, 1 month in Italy. But basically, those are my visits twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year. Regarding the immigration process, since when I came, it was not, I mean, my objective, or I didn't even know that I was going to stay here for that long. I kind of postponed everything. It was not, I mean, I had a clear path drawn and I followed step by step. Actually, I was here. If I was comfortable, I was probably going to try to stay for a little longer, but never pursuing the immigration process, I mean, which is green card and citizenship. But then being here over the years, I realized that if I wanted to have the choice, I needed to go through that. So after 3 years, I started the process to get the green card, which is permanent residency. I think that took about a year and a half, and it requires that you contact a lawyer that does all the paperwork for you. It went well in my case. Again, I mean, I guess that we are blessed being sponsored by the university and having a job. I mean, in my case, that kind of made sense that you are looking for a job in the United States teaching Spanish, which was what I studied at university. And there was also a big demand of language teachers at the moment and nowadays. So it was easy. I have heard of other friends that, I mean, tried to stay, but their work line was different to the studies that they did, and they have more problems justifying why they want to stay. After that, I think that I was in the permanent residency for about 10-15 years, that I just never pursued becoming a citizen, because it does not give you any more rights, I mean, than the permanent residency, only the right to vote, and that was not a main interest to me, so I just never pursued that. But when I had to renew my permanent residency, that is the green card, I think after 10 years, I realized that the fees to renew the permanent residency were exactly the same fees as applying for the citizenship. So I did apply for the citizenship, and 3 years back I became a citizen of the United States too. Some countries do not allow dual citizenship. Spain is one of the countries that do allow it, so you don't have to turn down your Spanish citizenship to become an American citizen, so you get both passports. So I didn't think that it was in any way a disadvantage to me, and I thought that it was a good advantage. So that is what made me take that step. But I'm very proud, very happy to be an American citizen, and I actually feel it. I mean, I've had my experience, I mean, half of my life in the United States, so in a way I feel American as much as I feel Spanish.
All right.